So about 2 days ago, I made a video about the 2DS. I got a 2DS this year, 2026, almost about 12, 13 years later. This console, I think, is worth it. I think this is something that I think a lot of people should buy. And it doesn't just stop with the 2DS, the 3DS series as a whole. I think people should revert back to getting retro consoles. I think a lot of people should resort back to getting classic handhelds. But for today's video, we're going to talk about why you should get a 3DS or a 2DS in 2026. So originally this thing, the 3DS, my bad, this is the 2DS. But originally the 3DS came back out in 2011. And it's actually coming up on about 15, 16 years old, which is crazy to say that it's been that long. But I want to talk about the 2DS, why you should get it. Well, I'm going to talk about it now. With the surge of games going up, current day gaming just not really feeling like fun. And I've started to notice that a lot of people have reverted back to handheld consoles. Handheld consoles have not been talk about or a word on the block since the late mid going through 2010s. The last thing that was the biggest hype of handheld consoles we got was the Switch, and then after that it's like handheld consoles fell off. But I really started to notice that there has been a surge in content, like old content has been coming back. I've been seeing a lot of people get PS Vitas. I've been seeing a lot of people get DSs. I've been seeing a lot of people get PSPs, but we're here to talk about the successor, the 3DS. Now, my bad. Okay, I meant to say 2DS. We're here to talk about the 2DS. The 2DS came out in a weird time. It came out in, I believe, October 2013, which is not that long ago, in my personal opinion. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. When I was about like 9 or 8 years old, this console had a lot of people's opinions mixed about it, but I'm here to talk about why you should get it. Well, the first thing I want to talk about here is the fact that it has a lot of games on it. It has a lot of content. There's over tons and tons of games. And in all honesty, if you're trying to get your hands on some source of a 3DS of some sort, I say the 2DS is the safest route, because if you try getting your hands on a 2DS XL or a 3DS XL or a new 3DS XL, yeah, good luck with that. With that price tag says otherwise, because who in their right mind is going to spend $400 on a console, a old console from like 15, 14 years ago? So yeah, I went with the 2DS. And the reason why I went with the 2DS originally was mainly due to the fact because my original blue 2DS, I found it when I was doing spring cleaning, and I tried turning it on and it had the black screen of death. Seriously, like, can someone please help me figure out how to fix this? Because I want to play on this one. That's my baby, and I want to get it modified up. I had bought an SD card and everything for it, and I can't even use it. But enough of that. The 3DS, a lot of people loved it, but when the 2DS came out, a lot of people just didn't like it because it couldn't fold. Me personally, I got the 2DS when it had there was a surge that happened towards, I say, late 2016 going into 2017. There was the blue copy of the 2DS, and it came with Mario Kart 7. I got that because I really wanted it. And I kind of feel like a dumbass because when I was a kid, I bitched and moaned, and sorry for my language, but I cried and whined for that console just to get the Nintendo Switch the year after that, because this console went on sale for 80 bucks. 80 bucks. Where are you going to get a console for 80 bucks for that pricing? Anyway, and this console has so many games on it, and there is so many games on it that you can play. You can play Mario Kart. You can play tons and tons of games on it. And I think the main reason why a lot of people want to get their hands on it, it's the simplest fact that, it's modded. You can play any games on it. Yeah, modded. And I don't really want to talk about it. Come on. let's actually be real here for a second. You heard it here first. Yes, most of the 3DS consoles and devices slash 2DS, whatever you want to call it, are modded. That's the reason why they have such a high pricing on them. And the main reason why a lot of people mod them is because, one, the eShop got shut down back in 2023. That's about 3 years ago, and back in April 2023. And with that happening, we lost access of being able to buy games, purchase games. You can no longer do that unless you're spending an arm and a leg for Pokemon cartridges that you know damn well you're not going to use, or I'm just saying this right now, you're not going to pay for. No one's paying an arm and a leg for games, because nowadays they charge an arm and a leg, especially GameStop. I'm looking at you. Y'all pay an arm and a leg for $100 for fucking Tamagotchi life? Anyway, but a lot of people mod their 3DS slash 2DS consoles due to the fact because they want to have a unlimited amount of games, a big library of games, which is true. So after the eShop came out, that I feel like was the surge of when, DS's prices started to go up, because I know after the eShop got shut down and then the eShop came out. And you're probably wondering what the hell is an eShop. Look it up on YouTube. I'm not trying to get this video flagged or anything like that. Just look it up on YouTube if you want to know what the hell an eShop is. If you want to know what an eShop is, just search it up. I don't want to get into it. Let's just say homebrew. You get some cool ass gaming chair stuff for your DS. That's all I'm gonna say. Modded. With modding your DS, it gives you access to being able to play other games that you weren't able to play on your DS or your 2DS or whatever. It gives you access of being able to download games from the eShop library that you can no longer get anymore. For example, all the games that you're seeing on the screen that is on my 2DS. But that leaves the question, that begs the question genuinely, should you get a 2DS in 2026? A console that's almost about 14 years old, a decade and some change. Should you genuinely get your hands on one of these bad boys? Best places I think you should try to get a console from. I got this one from eBay, and I actually got lucky because there was a guy, he put the console up, and the console that I paid $109 for this. This is the cheapest that DSs are gonna get. Other people were charging $150 to $200 for this thing. Wasn't modded at all, just a generic old console. This thing was already modded. I didn't have to mod it at all. I got a whole bunch of games on here. I just bought the console, downloaded a whole bunch of games for it, and I've been playing on it for the last week now. Do I love my decision of spending $100 on an old console? Absolutely. I don't regret spending that. Do I love this console with a passion? Yes, because I'm able to play console games and childhood games that I haven't played in years, or games that I haven't been able to play or never got to play when I was growing up. But yes, I think this console is worth it. You have a huge library of things. You can do so many things with this thing. And, getting a modded one or modding it yourself is better. But I will say this is worth it in 2026. I know I'm mumbling over my words in this video, but honestly, just playing this thing, just being able to play this thing it makes me feel like I'm a kid again. It makes me feel like gaming has a hope. We're not gonna ever, the one thing I realized about the younger generation, the kids behind me and behind my generation, because I'm Gen Z, they will never experience what it was like gaming on these, ever. They will never experience what it feels like playing on these consoles. They will never experience Street Pass. They'll never experience those days where you have a 2DS or a DS or whatever, and your friend has that game, and y'all can just, multiplayer, local play without you owning the game. People will never experience that. But I know that's just me rambling. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Is this thing worth it in 2026? I'll say it again. Is it worth it? Me personally, I think with the surge of gaming and the pricing and everything going up, I think it's worth it, because I've started to see there's been this surge with a lot of consoles. Small handheld consoles have made a rise in pricing. And it's not because people, people want to play something new. People want to feel like they own something versus us not owning current day games. And that's a whole different topic for later. But my name is Amari. Thank you guys for watching. If you like, gaming content and skits and, rants about life and just life advice and just talking about games, me just being a nerd and vlogs and stuff, just subscribe to the channel. But thank you guys for watching. My name is Marty Apollo. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.